Updating ManyChat settings. So now there's going to be a couple of things that we want to do in your ManyChat. So first of all, you want to go to ManyChat.com right here, and you want to go to settings. So the first thing that you're going to see when you come to the ManyChat dashboard, you're going to see the greeting text, and we're going to come back to that here shortly, but I want to take you down just a little bit farther, and if you get down to keyboard input, now what this is going to do is you can have it on or you can have it off. It's going to allow the other person to be able to use the keyboard or not, depending on your business and how you want to interact with them. If you go down a little bit farther, you're going to see the audience visibility. Now what this is there's also this little drop down right up here that has audience as well. This is what it's referring to. So you can have this checked or not. Same with keyboard input. I have them both checked. What the audience visibility is going to actually show you is your subscribers and the information about them. Next thing I want to actually show you is live chat. So up here with live chat, what this is going to do is give you a couple different options. So any message starts a conversation, or conversation should be opened explicitly. So now what the difference between this is when someone comes to your page, is it automatically going to pop up or not, or are they actually going to have to engage on the conversation? For the purpose of this training, I'm actually going to click this where any message starts a conversation. Later on, you might want to actually change this, and I probably would recommend it, where the conversation should be open explicitly. But for the purposes of this, we're going to leave it checked like that. That way, any message starts a conversation. So that's where we're going to start on it. Down a little bit farther, you're going to see the close all open conversations. You can close all if you want. That way, you can start fresh. And then the next thing that you probably could do, or what I would recommend, is for the sound notifications. You can actually check that way, you know, sometimes all those notifications can get a little overwhelming or even annoying. So go ahead and check that way you don't have to worry about them. Looking at the next tab over, it's going to be growth tools. Growth tools, you have the widget location here, and what you want to do actually for that is just going to be whatever language that you speak. Right now mine is on English. That is the only language that I'm fluent in, so I'm going to need that. If you have a different language that is your first language, feel free to change that selection. Moving down, there's going to be the authorized websites. These ones I already have in here. They're in there because I've used them before, and I will use them again. For the purposes of this training, I'm not going to remove them, but for you, if you do not have anything there, I would just leave it blank. You can come back and get that at another time, but it's not necessary now, so I would just leave it blank and move on. As far as branding goes, if you do have the Pro edition of ManyChat, I would leave this disabled. Mine is, I am running Pro here, so I'm going to leave it disabled for the sake of this tutorial. You will move on to the next tab over under notifications. Now notifications, you can have your my email for notifications, which I do. I have mine just an email address. You can update that to any email address that you want. That might be a little bit more conducive. Subscriber reports. Now this is actually ManyChat sending you emails, updating you on your subscribers and what's going on. This can be daily, this can be weekly, this can be monthly. Any of them are good. You can always check this without having them sent it to you. You can do it manually, but right now I'm just going to switch mine to weekly, and I would suggest you do that as well. So let's go with weekly for the sake of this tutorial. The next one down is live chat. Notify me when a messenger conversation is assigned to me. Now, if you're working with more than one person, if you have a team or an employee or anything like that, or if you're helping a client, keep this checked. That way, if there's something that is assigned to you, you know about it, it notifies you, and then you can take care of that. So I always leave that checked. And then with the Pro version, you can always notify any type of actions. I would keep these checked as well. These are also good notifications to know of. That way you don't have to go searching. When something comes up, they can notify you as well. Moving on for the next couple of tabs, your custom fields and tags we're not going to do anything with right now. There's no reason to. The next tab over is users. We are going to do something with that there. You have your actual team here, and right off to the right you have this little blue button. This is invite team members. Now this is going to be a crucial thing. If you have anyone else working with you, you can invite them to be either admin, editor, chat agent, or a viewer. And if you look right below here, this is going to tell you each role of what it does. The admin is going to have full control. Editor will be the next one down, and they do a pretty good job telling you about what specifically this person can do and what they'll be able to do with your bot. Moving right along to the next tabs here, you see payments and integrations, and for the sake of this tutorial, we're not going to touch either of those right now either. That's a little more advanced. If you kind of keep moving on over, the SMS and email, these are somewhat new features, so right now we're not going to touch on those either. That's going to come later on, but we do want to check into billing. Now billing, you can have your information here. The nice part about the billing with the Pro is it is $10 a month, as you see, which I do recommend, especially if you're going to be using this and you plan on using it for quite some time. It is worth the $10 a month, but I do understand sometimes a budget is a real thing and you can't do it. If that is the case, just stick with the Pro version. We'll make sure that we can work with that as well. Moving on to the next tab, handover. Now once you get into here, you can see who the primary person is, what they're doing. Live chat, you just want to make sure that you have ManyChat checked in there, and then you're good to go. Moving on to the next couple of ones, API, and the rest of the, yeah, we're not going to worry about anything, the installed stuff or anything like that either. We just kind of want to touch on the basics. The rest of the stuff we'll get into, and I'll give you a better overview once we get to it. Right now it's just kind of stuff you don't need to learn, less things to remember. So once again, we're not going to do anything with the installed templates right now. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. So quick recap, we want to make sure that we check the general. We got some stuff to do in there. As far as live chat goes, make sure that everything that we went over is checked in there as well. Growth tools, make sure you disable that. And as far as notifications goes, we got that all set. Custom fields we're not worrying about, same with tags. Once we kind of keep moving on, we'll make sure that we keep our users going, and then billing and handover as well. The rest of them we're not going to worry about even touching. It's just more things that we don't need to know right now. We'll get to that later on. As of now, that's all we're going to be doing for updating our ManyChat settings. We'll see you on the next one.